Hey YouTubers, it is RC here with RC's Coins and Collectibles, and I just wanted to kind of showcase a few coins that you could possibly still find, either out in the wild when you make change for something, or you go to the bank and ask for some quarter rolls or half-dollar rolls or whatever. And just to let you know, don't give up, man. There's a lot of stuff still out there. I'm still finding stuff, not a lot, but I still find things. And basically, I'll just kind of start off with, right now is the semi-cinquentennial year for the United States, 250. And this here is one of the quarters that's been released for this year. This is the Revolutionary War quarter. Has the date here on this edge here, 1776 to 2026. E pluribus unum, and then of course in God we trust on the lower side here. On the back side, it's got a Continental Soldier, and it says United States of America on the top. And then of course it has the amount, and then it has the Revolutionary War writing on the lower part of it. So pretty cool quarter. I did find this in the wild probably a week or two ago. Haven't found many of them, but I have found just this one, and I have found a bunch of these quarters. These are the Mayflower quarter. This was the first one that was released, and again, it's 1776 to 2026. Has some pilgrims on the front here. It says E pluribus unum on the top there, and then on the back side you have the Mayflower, and then below it says the Mayflower Company. From what I understand, there are some collectors out there that have been finding errors on them, and I don't know exact details, but it has something to do with the back of the ship. There's a die struck in the area that might have chipped the coin or something, what they call a chip die, and it left an extra mark in the coin. But anyway, that is one of the coins I found out in the wild. I'm still finding a handful every once in a while of the bicentennial quarters. This is a very, very popular quarter. I've got a couple of these quarters that I've actually got as a present that were never in circulation, so they're still in a package. So those are pretty cool. And I've got a San Francisco one, a Denver one, and a Philadelphia one, so that's pretty cool. But I'm still finding some of these quarters out in the wild, which I think is really cool. Whenever I do find them, I do grab them because I do like them a lot. They're really pretty cool. And then, of course, I do collect half dollars. This is a Kennedy half dollar. There's no silver in this, but this is an NIFC coin, or not intended for circulation. These have been released, and sometimes they get released in the public. And I get these from bank rolls and stuff. I've got a few of them. Some of them are a little bit more shinier than other ones. This one's pretty shiny. But anyway, they're really pretty cool, and they've got the Denver Mint and the Philadelphia Mint on them as well. The San Francisco Mint, I believe, are the proof quarters, so the Kennedy profile would be kind of a hazed, if you will, or frosty is another word. And then, of course, the deeper inlay would be much more shinier. So it has a you'll recognize it if you see one, but it's a beautiful coin nonetheless. I love Kennedy coins. Whenever I go to the bank, I always ask if they've got any loose ones in their drawers. And there must be a lot of people in my area that are going after them as well, because they always tell me that there are not many there. I do have a couple of bicentennial Kennedy quarters that I've picked up in the wild as well. Again, when I go to the bank, I'll ask them if they have any, and they'll give them if they got them. And but I've got a few of these as well. I think I've got 4 or 5 loose here, and I've got another 5 or 6 that are in slabs. So, and then I've just got some older ones here. There's no silver in these, but again, I can still find them every once in a while in the wild. It's really just cool to find them. These are the nickel-clad ones. There's no silver in these at all. But they're fun nonetheless to find if you can find them. And a lot of times if I can find them and I know someone's having a birthday coming up, I'll give one for their birthday. So it's pretty cool there. But something that's pretty unique, and I've been lucky over the years, I still on occasion will find silver quarters. So this here is a 1964 silver quarter. I actually found this earlier this week, believe it or not. I was actually doing a bankroll hunt, got some quarters from the bank, and this was one of the quarters that was in there. So pretty cool looking there. So there is some silver still out there in the wild. Here's one from 1956. This is a Washington head. This is before, this was still when they were manufacturing silver for the coin. So anything pre-1964, most of your quarters, dimes, half dollars had silver in them. Here's another one. This is a Walking Liberty quarter. I've had this for years. I actually got this quarter from my grandfather. And then this is a war nickel. Here's a war nickel. It's a better one here. They were manufactured from 1942 to 1945. These contain about 35% silver. And here's another war nickel. It's kind of dirty. You can't see it very well, but that's got a little bit of silver in it. This here is a Barber nickel. Yeah, this is Barber nickel. This is from like 1910, and there's a little bit of silver in that. Pretty cool. Got this one from my grandfather as well. He gave this to me as a kid and told me hang on to it. And then here's a Buffalo nickel. There is no silver in Buffalo nickels that I'm aware of. I think there's some that were manufactured from the San Francisco Mint, and they may have silver in them, but I think this is a Denver Mint one. I don't know. I can't even hardly tell. It's so worn. But really pretty cool. A lot of these coins that are older that my grandfather gave me, I'm not worried about the silver content in them. I just think the historicalness of it, knowing that, these are old coins from the turn of the century. These are early 1900s. This is like 1936. This nickel here is like 1910. This nickel here is 1944, 45. I mean, there's some really cool stuff here. This quarter here, this is 1925. I mean, this quarter is over 100 years old. And just, knowing that you're holding some history is really pretty cool. So this quarter here, again, this is 1956. Just really, 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 really pretty cool. So, like I said, if you're into coin collecting, there's still a lot of stuff out there. It's just you got to keep an eye out for it and keep looking for it. And, don't give up. I mean, I've kind of been in and out of the coin collecting hobby for probably the last 25 or 30 years. I tried to do it when my kids were little. They didn't have much of an interest, but I just kind of did a little things here and there on the side. And then my kids are grown up and moved out, and so now I need a hobby, so I got back into this a little bit more as a full-time hobby now. And I spend about a week, one day a week going to the bank, and I get quarter rolls and half-dollar rolls and go through and see what I can find. And sometimes it's a good hunt, sometimes it's not. So, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. And if you wouldn't mind, give me a like, comment, or subscribe. I do appreciate it. But I hope everyone's having a great Friday afternoon here and having to get ready for a good weekend. But this is RC with RC's Coins and Collectibles signing out. Y'all take care.